Team time with Melvis Touch, make some noise! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Time with Melvis Touch, where we delve into the most pressing issues of our time, and of course, where we shed more light on the intricacies of our global society using nuanced discussions and thoughtful analysis. And as you know, we spot out pacesetters, trendsetters, people with successful stories that will inspire you and I. Ever notice women who keep silent because marriage is marriage, and because a woman who is not in her husband's home has no voice in society? Well, today we break that silence. Today we meet Doris, who was forced into marriage at the age of 17. She became a mother of 3, even before she could graduate into womanhood. That was not all. She was betrayed, falsely accused, forced out of her home, and told to terminate the life growing inside of her. But that is not where her story ends. The good news is that Doris's story didn't end with her pain. Doris is alive, she is here, and above all, she is talking. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Mom.
You're welcome to Time with Melvis Touch.
Thank you. Happy Sunday to all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so
much.
Same here. We are pleased to see you, and thank you so much for putting together the courage to come share your story with us.
Thank you.
Yes, we're going to share your story, but before we get into that, who is Doris today?
Doris is a girl full of dramatical stories in life that does not put her down, that make her to be strong. And happy to share, not because I'm angry with anybody, but just to share it and to let other people know that no matter what it happens in your life, it is not the end of your life. You keep pushing, and that is who I am today.
Oh, beautiful. You can definitely live above your circumstances. You can rise above them as long as you are positive. And she is one of those kind of women that we would really, really love young girls to listen to, because her story will definitely teach you a lesson. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Doris, let's talk about, before we start with your story, let's talk about life before 17. As a young girl growing up in Cameroon, you definitely had dreams and aspirations. You had a mental picture of how you wanted your life to be. What was life like, and what were your dreams before marriage?
When I was growing up, I think at the age of 10, I have this zeal that I will grow up to be a mother that loves children so much. Having my dreams that I will go to school. If I have money, I'm going to build somewhere like an orphanage. I love children besides me. Growing up, I never knew anything. Even at the age of 11, 12, I have friends that were going in already into life, but that was not my dream. So I was very focused, hoping my dream to come true. But at the end of the day, it happens the way it happens at the age of 17.
And would you say that affected the course of your life and changed everything?
Yes, it affected so much. But I've not given up.
Yes.
I've not given up, because I'm still pushing up, and that hopefully I must be who I was thinking at the age of 10 to be.
Oh, yes. So you had these dreams and aspirations, and at 17, marriage happened.
Yes, madam.
Tell us about it.
Early 2003, that is when I was 17. And I got my first school and technical examinations, because I wrote with technical. It was not like common entrance or what, but I wrote with technical because I enjoyed going to technical school. So my dad finally said I should go, but to grammar. I went in Form 1. And the first year, getting by the end of the year, my results were not very good. So the principal asked me to repeat. And that is when I came back with the reports, and my father said, no, I don't have any money again to send you to repeat. And my mother said, okay, since so, I'm going to go in to do a tailoring.
Yeah.
I went in for some few months, and there was this mom that always come around working the same, my mother is working farm here and she's working her own here. I knew them like friends. So one day she came over to the house and she said, he has a brother that wants to get married. And like, I heard the story. It was not like ringing in my head because I was not even looking myself at that age that I was matured enough like to get married.
Yes.
Because the only thing I knew, I asked my mother was, if they are asking you that a child wants to get married and you accept, have you ever even asked me in this house how I'm menstruating, how I'm doing? Or so, but nevertheless, I never blame her because she grew naive. My mother, I don't blame her. I learned how to part myself when I was in class 5.
Yes.
I had a home economics madam called Madam Omolo, who taught us how you can, if you get matured, how you can part yourself. Yeah. So even when I was menstruating, my mother wasn't aware. I used napkin, my junior one's napkin, I will cut it into pieces and part myself. And me coming back from work, I hear somebody came with a bag of rice and Maggie that they are asking someone's hands in marriage. And I asked, who is that person? My mother say, you. I say, me. I say, and who is this person they are saying? He called a name of a man. As he called that name, I said, but I knew him and I knew that man that he's having a wife. He said, no, the wife left and he wants to get married to a girl from his village. And I asked, what was this man doing? He was into these traditional herbs. So I went up to my grandmother. I have 2 elder brothers ahead of me. I'm the 3rd daughter of my father. I came the 1st daughter. I don't have any elder sisters ahead of me. I have 2 elder brothers ahead of me. So I went first to my elder brother and I told him, this is what they are thinking to do. What do you think we can do? And he said, I don't have anything to say. If what my parents have decided, that's the best way, and then that's all my elder brother told me. I walked up to my grandmother of her blessed memory. I talked to her and I said, Mama, how do you see this? She responded me that I knew that man. I know him very well. So if you refuse to get married to that man, never you bring any man in this family like a husband anymore. I left there with tears. I came back. I stood. I have one friend. When I was going to work, I have one friend. I walked up to him and I told him that, see the way things are happening. I don't know how are we going to do this. And he said he can allow his education and let's go to Nigeria. I said, but you leaving your education and let's go to Nigeria. I don't have any fun and back. I don't have anything doing that we can be any money. When we go there, how would life look like? And you are going to miss your own destiny. Just focus. We'll see what we can do.
So he wanted you guys to run away.
To run away. Then later on, the guy said, okay, I came back. It was like I and my mother, we were now like living in a home like 2 wives. She will cook her food. I will cook mine. My father will support me to cook mine because my father was against all that. My father was against. He's a poor, proud man. I'm proud of him.
Yes.
Even though when I talk, people will say you are proud of your father. I'm proud of him. He's a poor, proud man that does not like to see any of her kids suffer. So I came back. I told Papa. He said, if she cooks and she does not want to give you, Mama will cook and ask me to eat. But I have that memory now that that man is a traditional doctor. Maybe I've given something that they will convince me. I will refuse to eat. My mother will remove her own pot. I will put my own. And just like that, a month after, I asked myself, where am I going to? I don't know. How am I going to do? She just get up one morning and said, she wants to prepare food. Let me go and give him. I knew that man like somebody who treated my mother. Yes. Because my mother, I grew up, I stopped breast 1 month, 1 week. 1 month, 1 week, I stopped breast. I knew my mother that she was very sick. It is even by the grace that she's alive today. So I knew that man that he treated my brother. So she made the food that I should go and give him. I was not even having that thought in mind that going there was like
for any reason. You just wanted to run an errand for your mother.
But when going there, there's this instinct. My sister there, Melvis at Mendong, she's a nurse. I called her at Ngomoram that please see me off where they were sending me to go and get married, because she knows. She came along with me. We went there. We sat. They gave us food. I never ate that food. I remember that I drank a juice.
Yes.
Then later on, they called my sister outside. They talked with her, and she said, since her grandmom's place is just up here, let her rush and greet her grandmom. I said, okay. Why I'm sitting here to weigh the basket so that when you come, we are just going to go back. Yeah. I sat 6 o'clock. There was no phone. I sat 6:37 when places were already dark to leave Alakuma and to go back at Alabukom. It is not easy. Anybody that knows that area will know the distance that I'm saying. So I sat and I just saw the man enter. I was calling him Papa. I said, Papa, please, that how do now? He said, no, you just sleep. Go now tomorrow. That's how I slept. I said, okay. I was waiting that Melvis would come back. Let's sleep together.
Yes.
My sister went, and then
she never came back.
She never came back.
Before we continue, how old was that man?
That man was 35 years old. I was 17 and he was 35. So what makes me think the sister came? The sister left Tarinkon and came to his place. Then when they came, they were talking. They say, me, you marry my brother, you did deny. I don't instead see your sister. Those are the words. I don't instead see your sister. I should say your sister even big past you. And I was just like, Papa God, why they not even take my sister? Then when they talk like that, later in the evening, he shows me where to sit, that I'm going to sleep there. I enter in the room. What came in my mind? I saw his dresses on a wardrobe. And I said, I'm not even thinking like anything, because then I was a virgin. I do not have sex with anybody. So there was nothing coming up in my mind at that time. So I sat. Do you know when they say that's the room that you have to sleep? I entered there. I sat on top of the bed for some time, observing. Later on, I went and slept on the last plank of the bed. Then while the other leg was down, I slept. At 11 o'clock, I heard push of the door, and he was the one coming in. He came in. He climbed on the bed, and my back was facing him.
Yes.
I was facing the wall while my back was facing him. And he said, Doris. I said, yes, Papa. He said, do you know why you're here? I said, no. My mom sent me to come and give you food. I don't know
why I'm here.
If there is anything, then you let me know. Your mom have not said, I want to get married to you. I said, no. I'm not even up to the age to get married.
Yes.
He said, no. Who is saying that? Am I the one saying so? I'm going to teach you everything. A question came up. Have you ever slept like this on the bed first before with a man? And I said, no. That is when I discovered a hand came on me, touches me, and I feel cold.
Yes.
I feel some like this
chills.
Yes,
chills, like
coming,
goosebumps.
Yeah, coming up on me. And I just like stood up fast and sat on the bed. Papa now waiting. Said, no, you have never slept with a man before now. Then why? I said, no, but he touched me.
Yes.
I don't know why. It was like a serious, that is when we started our fight. We fought. We fought. I was screaming. I was shouting. up to 2 o'clock, and that is when I was weak.
Was there anyone in the house?
There were people, but
you screamed and no one.
Yes, and nobody could even do anything because they already knew why I came, and they have idea that that's Pa's wife. But me, I do not know, and that screaming do not mean anything to them. When I was struggling, like I will begin, like I want to shout, he will, yeah. And later on, he got advantage of me. That's when I was this virgin.
Would you consider that? Would you say he raped you?
I won't say so, because when I use that word, when I had all these issues, when I used that word,
they shut you down.
They shut me down because they said the following day I could report.
You were a child.
Yes, and I myself, I knew it was a force on me.
It was rape.
It was rape, and because of that action, that same day, I got pregnant. That is what pushes me to be in that house.
Yes.
Because if I left that home with even the pain that he did to me and discovered that I wasn't pregnant, I could have not come back. I could have left my family and go elsewhere. But because of that pain, I stayed in that room for 3 good days without seeing outside. He would give me water to bathe. He would look things for me to eat, change, even go to the market and bought some dresses. And
in the 3 days when you were having that experience, besides caring for you, did he make any other advances, or did it happen just once?
No, he made it. The following day, he made another advances. He told me that I have to be used to, because that's how his ways. If I'm not used to with it, the road is going to block again. And next time when he's going to have sex again with me, I will be feeling pain. That is what he told me.
So he had his way the next day?
Yes, the next day he did. The next day he did. Anybody that knows me in Bamenda, half people know me. They know me where I was. They know me at the age that I was there. They know so many things that I've gone through.
Yeah.
And for what I'm for even my appearance today, if I have so many people, they were even you be for fat, you be for
pretty.
Yes, but discussing this, as I earlier told you, it's not to put hatred anymore in my heart.
Yes.
I have been so silenced for so long that even my first child could not understand. It has not been long that he understands me, because he is matured and
yes.
he understands what life is. He understands me now. It has not been easy since then.
Yes. So let's take it up from when the 3 days had passed.
When the 3 days passed, I left. I told him I'm going. And when I came back to the house, my mom never asked anything. She never asked me anything. What happened? Oh, you went to go and give the food. What happened that you slept there? No. Then that is when I knew that it means that plan. It
was a plan.
Yeah. That sending me there was a plan. After that 2 weeks, I was feeling dizzy. I'm feeling to throw up. I'll wake up in the morning, I'm feeling to sleep, then feverish. I went and told one of my cousins, and she said, it's good, let me go to the hospital, maybe it's malaria. And that's when I went to the hospital, and they
said you were pregnant.
I came back to him.
What did that, wait, that moment, what did you feel? What was going on in your mind that moment when they said you're pregnant?
That moment when they told me that I'm pregnant, I was very sad. But what came up again in my mind, it was just to have my kids. That's all. I was sad for some time. Then after some time, I said, very soon I'll be a mother. Yes, that's just all. I wasn't having anything in mind, like I was thinking anything anymore. No.
So that was at the point where the dreams that you had now
break.
Yeah. You had them on hold now. You're like, let me look at becoming a mother.
So when I came back, the day I came back to tell him that I'm pregnant, I never left that home.
Yes.
Anymore. That was the end. That was the end. And then he later sent his parents, one of his late uncles and the sister, to go down to our house to tell my people that I'm with him. That I'm with him. And that is how it happens. From there, I gave birth. 8 months, 2 weeks, I gave birth to my first son. 8 March 2004. I gave birth then.
To your first child?
That's my first child. 2 weeks after getting a month, we already having sex.
Wow.
Yeah. All I knew is I was just like a sex machine, because I had nothing. Like, he was not even thinking that you have to go back to work. You have to go back to school.
What is your...
What
yes,
do you think you can do?
Yes.
Yeah. All I knew it was that I was there for sex. Yes. And babies. And he cannot say something, then you obstruct, because it was not my level. When he speaks, I don't speak. Even when I'm angry, I can cry silence, me alone. I will go behind and cry. I can cry in my room. There are days that I would think of it. I cry well in my room. And it does not mean anything. There is nobody that you have somebody that you love. You people have been together, and then you go into marriage that you can discuss things out. No, it was not that. It was not that. Even the elder sister that I was thinking that she was my mom, she was the worst person, because when she comes, even if I walk to her and report that this is the worst thing I've done.
So you were voiceless.
I was voiceless. And some other time comes that something where they don't go pick up a goat, I can wash and it come out resemble person. Yeah. Because I was coming from a poor background, nobody could stand for me. I fought alone. Nobody was there for me. Right up to today, I decide to stand my gap. I myself, I alone. Yes. What I've learned so much in this life is, when you get up in the morning, do how the day shows. Go with the day. Yes. And God is going to see you through. It's only God that saw me through, because it was not easy. Many people knew that staying there or living out of the house, maybe you are going to be damaged in your life. Maybe he has some spiritual powers that he's going. Yes. But what I knew is that God is God. God is not man. And God, he is the one who created me and him.
It must have been very, very difficult for you, knowing that he and his family, it felt like they were against you, and your family too were against you, because they want you to stay married.
To stay in their marriage.
Was there a point where you felt alone?
Yeah. There was a point I felt alone. I was not even like a distance, like from here to where I came from, the hotel. That's the distance of our house to his place. But I could stay there for 1 year without my parents seeing me. It's only my father. I will leave my home, going to the market. I'll go where my father is working at UCB.
Yes.
Then in Bamenda, I'll go and see my father. When he sees me, he shed tears. I shed tears with him and I left. There are some months that when my father will earn his salary, he will come like that and remove 15,000, standing on the road, call me and say, come and take. I know you need this. Take care of those children.
But Doris, there is a question that I really wanted to ask. Would you consider that your father was the head of the family when you were growing up?
I consider it.
So why was he not able to take a stern decision to protect you against being forced into marriage?
The only thing I knew my father took a stern decision was never to see the man. Yes. He once called him to discuss with him. And he never came. He was expecting my father to come to him. You understand?
Yes.
So my father never came, and my father have never been that type of person that he's sitting like that to even think of. When he comes, if he's coming to visit me, he ends at the roadside and called me. That is when I know that my father was not
Involved.
So
that leaves me wondering, did it mean your mom had more influence? You understand? For you to be forced into that situation against your father's wish, and he can't really do much about it. That's really a little telling about the dynamic, don't you think? Because, if the man, for example, had the upper hand, you'd be like, my daughter is not going anywhere. And if you're there, you see what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
Yeah. But what do you think? What do you think made him to say, okay, I'm not in support of this, but let it happen?
What I would think is 24/7, we were not in the house with our father. Yeah, he was working day and night. There are times that he would just come and sleep maybe for 2 hours and go back.
And before he realized it was late, you were probably already pregnant, and that had to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so let's talk about when you're now settled down as a wife, and you had all this chaos. You didn't have a voice. It felt like you were with a father whom you were afraid of, when that person is supposed to be your husband.
Yeah.
What circumstances led to you having the second child?
There was no circumstances. What happened to have the second child was, who was going to teach you your menstrual cycle? Yeah. I was not taught that you could say I can even have a birth control.
Yes.
I wasn't. So before my first son, before he was 1 year, I was already pregnant. And before I put to bed the second one, that he was already 1 year something. Having the second one, putting to bed, 5th February, discovering myself that I was 9 months, I'm already pregnant.
Wow.
So I get pregnant and still breastfeed the other ones. Maybe about 2 months. The last one, the second one I breastfeed for 2 months, while the first one I breastfeed for 1 month before. So it is when I have the third one that I was like discussing now with people. And when you are discussing, he does not want you to see you visit. He does not want to see you have a phone. My first phone was being bought by one of the sons that I went and met there.
Yes.
He's of late, his blessed memory in Callistus. He bought me a Nokia. The day that guy left Douala and came and gave me that phone, he was mad.
Why do you think he didn't want you to have friends or visit?
What I'm thinking today is because if all those friends or having phone, I have it, I could have had more advice, yes, and be very learned.
It's very typical.
Yes.
They cut you off so that they can control.
Good. That is what happened. So when I had that phone, that is when I was having communication. Going like, I have meeting. I'll also go to meeting. I'll sit there. They will advise women how they have to do, how they have to. And I was becoming stubborn. Yeah. And my stubbornness was, if you want to ask, he would say, I talk too much. That is all. Until when I was pregnant with a third child, that pregnancy was 4 months. That is when I discovered there was this girl coming in for her treatment. I will get up in the morning, I will make breakfast for everybody to eat.
Yes.
Yeah. But when I left my home and went to Moyoka to visit one of my sister-in-law, Mama Esther. And I made a Monday. Coming back, there is one of my son that I met in the house, the son of the first woman that I told you, Emmanuel Pride. I met him, and that child was telling me, Mom, when you were not in the house, this person came and slept here. And I was like, are you sure? I'll get now up to him and say, boy told me that this auntie
Someone
came.
slept here in my
someone
absence.
slept in. Yeah, you like for listen talk there for picking there. I was already full of. Until when I was pregnant, when that child was 4 months, and that girl was pregnant outside.
For him.
For him, she came. That's when he would come and said, I should abort the child.
The third child.
The third child. That I should abort the child. I cried that day. I cried for 4 months.
The pregnancy was 4 months gone.
4 months gone. Without even knowing that there was somebody outside who was pregnant.
Trying to find her way in.
Yeah.
And that's why he didn't want more children
with me. That is when I left. He went and gave the money to one doctor. They call that place People's Clinic there in Bamenda. There was one doctor there. He went and gave the money. I went there. You just know that type of thing. You sleep and wake up with your husband. And then he says, wash more comot. My first time in my life.
And you were excited.
I was like, he said, wash more comot. I bathed that early morning. We went together. We sat. I was not even like asking, we come hospital, we can't do it. It is when the doctor came and I saw somebody enter inside. And I enter. He said I should come. I come. When I enter and I met the doctor, he said I should climb and sit on the bed. I said, it's for what? He said, you did not discuss with your husband. I said, discuss about what? He said, so you are not aware that you are about to do abortion? I said, me do abortion? Yeah. I said, God forbid. I left. As I jumped down on top of that bed, I came out. He was sitting holding my back. I seized my back from him.
I ran off.
And ran out. The next bite, I took it back to my house. He came. He was talking to me. He's sorry. He convinced me. I said, okay, let's go to General now. Went to General Hospital. That is when I knew that God was talking through people. We went to General Hospital. When we enter the doctor's office, he asked us the amount that we should pay. We pay, and the doctor said, I have to meditate before I do it. So I'm going to do it, but tomorrow. We say, okay, we left. And the following morning, I went back. That is when I pushed the door and entered, the doctor said, Madam, God bless you with that child. I pray over the night and it shows that I cannot do it. I took it and came back. Even when I came back and told him, he was like thinking I was the one who convinced the doctor. Yeah. But the doctor told me that God bless you with that child. I came back. I gave back his money. I stayed. It was torment. Because I refused to. I went through torment. I was going to clinic at PMI. 6 months, that is when the child fell in my stomach. I was bleeding every blessed day. I was bleeding every day. And when I make echography, they saw that the child was not on his position anymore. I was bleeding until the day of birth. Yes. The day I'll never forget. When that thing started that evening, like a labor, they went and took some medicine and gave me that I should lick it. Before reaching the hospital, the child would just come out. I licked that medicine. I reached the hospital about 2 hours.
Yes.
I have serious bleeding.
Who gave you the medicine?
My husband.
And he was a native doctor?
Yeah. I have serious bleeding. I bleeded and bleeded until I was given out. until I was going out already. You pinched my leg. I couldn't hear that. It was my leg. The doctors came. Luckily, it was admin bingo. The doctors came. They put me pan bloods, and the other side maybe was glucose. I don't know. It was going, and that's how they were working. They put machine like that on top of my stomach. You feel how the child was breathing fast.
Yes.
And that is how they did the operation.
Did they manage to save the child?
Yeah.
Okay.
My son is alive. My son is alive. And when the doctor was working with me in the theater, he's calling. When the child came out, because of all those tests, the child was 1.6.
Yes.
The doctor was calling there at the incubator room to ask if the child, they said no, the child is responding. Yeah. And until after some hours, I came back. When I came back, the message was my mom was going to come to the hospital the following day. And nobody should inform my mom that I gave birth through operation. None of my family members were aware that I gave birth through operation.
Why? Why do you think he hid it from them?
I don't know, but I know maybe he has his own plans, but I don't really know. And my elder sister came, one of my cousins. We call her grandmom, yeah, because they name her over my grandmother.
Yes.
When she came, I hinged her. When I was already back in the house. Before I come back in the house, there in that operation room, he told the doctor to turn my home. Yeah. And the doctor was, we can never do that without
her consent.
The consent of that person. So before I left the hospital, the doctor called me, Dr. Napoleon. He called me and said, who was that man to you? I said, he's my husband. He said, you giving birth to 3 kids in 5 years is too risky.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll advise you, let it take a gap. And this man, you should be very careful because he said, we should turn your womb, but we could not do that. They're asking you. That's how the doctor told me. I came back. I never mentioned anything to him, but I knew already what was in his mind.
Yes.
He was not having good intention over me. So I started there. I was discussing now with people, going to meeting and having more ideas. And because I gave to birth that child through operation, I have time to have sex.
Yes.
That's the only lucky. Like when going out again, I could have conceived. And this day, one of the son that was working with him just wake up and said, Yambanya don't born. I said, to have Banya. I don't know that I have Banya. Before then, we went to celebrate his elder sisters. He lost his elder sister, the only one that I consider her like a mother.
Yes.
Because she was so supportive to me, late Mama Grace, of her blessed memory. She was so supportive to me. If that woman was alive, I don't think all those things that I went through in that home
would have happened.
Yeah. Because after she died, I saw the real face of her junior sister. So we went to the cry die. That is when I knew that I was having Banya.
Yes.
Because she left Bafusam. That is when my husband went and rent a place for her to be. When coming, the dresses that when my husband wants to go, like you are going to an outstation walk,
yes,
I will bend them and put inside his bag. I saw the girl was putting on his tricot.
The one that you had packed?
Yeah. And I asked, us be in the house and you say it's not good for me to put on your dress. And there is this person outside that is wearing your dress. I wanted to start a fight there, but there was this one mom who has always been beside me. She said, don't do that. What I would advise you to do is pack your things and get down to your house and stay there. So I just packed my things
and left the funeral ground.
And left the funeral. It was already over. I packed my things and left. Reaching the house, not up to 30 minutes, he came. He was like kneeling down in front of me. He's not what I think. You don't even know how to manage or what. I said, no. I will go and work farm in Bali.
Yes.
Carry my son on my back, my 2 children, even leaving the other ones in the house, getting up early in the morning, I go and work farm and come back. We'll harvest corn, we'll harvest beans. He will cut it and go and give that girl. And I will say, yeah, I will say, Papa, no, here that we already knew ourselves, right? Just bring her in the house so that we can walk hand to her.
So at that point, you were ready to have her as a second.
I was ready because there was nothing I could do. Since she was already pregnant, there was nothing I could do. And she was already living with my sister-in-law.
Yes.
Yes. The one who liked to talk, the one who liked to, who abused me, saying so many things about me.
The lady was living with her.
Yeah. She was already living with her. So there are some days that my husband will leave me and go and spend. Yeah. So I made up my mind that if that's how it's going to happen, let's see it happen.
Why do you think you were? Why do you think you were so ready to accommodate all of that?
What I was thinking at that time, it was, if that girl could come in, and then for me to get out, I'll be happy. What I was thinking at that moment, it was like, maybe this is the way God wants me to get out from here. Because there was never a day that I would not kneel down and say, Papa, despite how the road is narrow, lead me out. If it is not my destiny, lead me out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There was never a day you felt some jealousy, like this is my man that someone wants to steal. Yes.
No, I would feel that if there was that compact love in between us. No. The only time I remember that I loved him was having those children.
Yeah.
And I look and getting up in the morning, maybe a Chinese something, and he's doing it.
That's when you know there's at least a connection.
Yeah.
Because he fathered your children. Yeah. Let's go to the incident that led to you leaving the house.
Yeah.
At what point did you think this is not what marriage is supposed to be and it's time for me to go?
The point when I get up in the morning and make breakfast for everybody and just get up a call back in the room and say, come back here. I say, this is my trunk. I kept 800,000 there and it's missing. And there is nobody in this house. It's only me and you. I said, oh. I said, for how many years that we have been together and there has never been...
Money has never been missing.
Yeah, there has never been like, I did look this thing, I never see him or whatever.
Yeah.
So that same time, not only that word came out, if you not bring me that money, I'm putting it the way he did.
Yeah.
If you not bring me that money, I go grant all your family. Hey, that is when I say, getting grant all the family, it means everybody is being touched. So it means I should get back to that family and inform them. Before I'm going anywhere, let me get there and inform them.
And so, I think the fear also came from the fact that he was a native doctor.
But by then, I was not having that fear anymore. Because as days were going on, I was like I can master his ways. Yes, I was not more afraid.
Yeah.
So I jumped out. I went down. I met the elder brother of my father. I let him the message. And he said, go back and bring me those children. I went back. My first son was already living with the elder sister. So I went back and took the two. I came. When I came, my uncle sent a message and called for him. He never came. He never came. I stayed in our compound for 1 day, 2 days, and the third day, that girl packed from the sister's place to my room.
Wow.
Yeah. So going there was not more like having that information again that money was missing, but it was just to clear my mind. And it gave me that image. There is this country line that when you want to pass at Bamenda food market, when you want to pass, there are so many people there since it's his customers. He used to buy things there. They will be pointing me. Nada woman that way come off so my house he carry 800,000.
Oh, that must have been really hard.
Yeah. Me looking my legs, I was putting on 2 ropes. I was not even like having transport to live from year to year. And I would turn. When they use that word, I will always turn and look. And my father said, no, you do it. Focus. The only thing I was happy, my uncle sent my cousins far also to go and check. They went and they said it was just a motive. No money was, yeah. When I left, that 3 days the girl came back. I stayed in our compound for about 3 months, thinking that he is going to come. Yeah. I never took my dresses. So when I went back there to take the dresses, it was post in the other magazine and rain was already dripping on the box. Yeah. There was a leakage. Rain was dripping, so he was not even accepting me to take the dresses until when the elder sister came, want to drag the children with me, and I said, allow my children. I don't want to talk. He allowed them. I took my dresses. That is when I left. I stayed in our compound for 5 good years. That is when I lost my uncle. After that 5 years, when I lost my uncle before dying said, if a husband refuses you and take a wife, you refuse the husband also and take a husband.
Yes.
I'm talking this from the bottom of my heart. If I leave this world, never a day that you should remember to go and stay with that man. Any day you remember to stay with him, you are alone in this world. I beg him and beg him. When my uncle was in the hospital, the time that he took to come and look my uncle was no more talking. He came and stood, and after some day, my uncle gave up. He came there like, I'm having children with him. They need a rapper, they need a training board, they need firewood, they need jangi. He did that. Why? At that time, because I was not stable. That is what he did. So after that, the celebration, I have to tell my mom to take care of the children. Let me go and be working.
Yes.
Here at Obili, there was one restaurant there that our mom also, she's of late Mami Aza. Yeah. So I came there, I was earning 15,000.
You moved to Yaoundé.
Yeah. So I could have been able to be sending money to my mom to be taken care of. So one of my cousins woke up and said, all this suffering is for what? the man is alive. Let him take care of his children. He carried my children when I gave them back.
Did they ask you?
They did not.
You just heard?
Yes, I just heard. And the day I heard, I left Yaoundé. I went up to Bamenda. I was not easy. But then I said, okay, if that's the case, let me just focus and see if I can work hard for the children. And then when I work, I discover living here to go to Bamenda. I bought things for my children. I went and gave it. The man took the children. They took the things and throw in the water. Yeah. He took the things I bought for my children and threw them in the water.
Was there ever a point where he tried to reconcile?
The only time, I think it was maybe after 10 years, when the other woman have left.
The third wife.
The third one have left the house. That is when it was like, we have communication. And I said, no, all what happened, I've forgiven you. And he said, that money that he said, the money failed, so somebody pick it or whatsoever. They came and gave him. And I asked him, if they came and gave you the money, why did you not inform my family?
That you've seen the money.
You have seen the money right up to today. You haven't informed. You could have even gone back to the whole world, even right in food market. Yes. To inform people that this thing that I was saying
was a lie.
It was a lie. So that is the mark that you left in my heart. But I've forgiven you. Let it go. So that is how we have in touch. And my son, when I think about my children, my coming back there after that 15 years was to put compact with my kids.
Yes, let's talk about you returning to him. He reached out and asked you to come back.
Yeah.
And at that time, the third wife had left him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about, after all that has happened, the sabotage, the maltreatment, the name calling, the rejection. You went back.
I went back. And before going back, I just think he was the father of my kids. There was this day that was coming, his birthday.
Yes.
I made him a surprise birthday. Not less than 200,000. I surprised him because he talking to me, he was not like believing if I forgive him already.
Yes.
I did that surprise birthday. Even my sons were not aware until when they saw it. Even the sister was not aware.
So at that point, you were hopeful for a real reconciliation?
For a real reconciliation for the both family, because my mother never wanted to see him anymore. My mother, it was so hard for him to go and visit my kids.
For her. Let's talk about your relationship with your mother. What do you think was your relationship with her when you left after all that had happened and you went back to her? Do you think she felt a kind of responsibility towards you for what had happened to you?
Yeah. She cried. Even my grandmom, before leaving the world, she cried. My grandmom knelt down in front of me and told me, nobody can ever bewitch his daughter to suffer, but let me forgive them. They never knew that is how it could have been.
It would turn out.
Yeah. My mom told me that I should forgive her and never turn back there.
But you went back?
Yes, that is what my mom told me. And I say, with these children, what am I going to? Let's see how we can put now the families together.
So when you were going back now, your interest was, I want my children to grow in love.
In love.
Under the canopy of both parents.
Both parents, and let my mom be able to have access to the children, like my family. And he convinced me that as I'm coming back, he is going to do all the traditional rite, all with the court.
Yes.
That is what he told me.
Oh, do you think there was maybe some external pressure where maybe people have this way of making it feel like the people that have arrived, especially women, are those that are still in their husband's home? Do you think you faced some kind of stigma from society when you left, and that could have contributed to you wanting to go back and be married at all costs?
No, when I left there, after all those years, I was even doing well.
Yeah.
Before going back there, I had mine.
Yes.
Yeah. There were things that I couldn't ask him. It was even difficult for him to even stand and talk back to me anytime. Yeah. Yeah, because he knew my standard.
You had outgrown.
Yes, he knew my standard. I don't talk the way he thinks. I'll just do my thing. There are sometimes that he will even start problem talking. I don't respond.
Yes.
Yeah. Until the final period before I break up back with him, we stood in the house for 6 months. We were not talking to each other. Yeah. And I said, I'm going to see the end.
So what happened that the reconciliation 15 years later failed again?
The reconciliation 15 years later, it failed back. When I came back, we were putting things together. I went into agriculture when I left him.
Yes.
I learned it. So when I came back, I was doing it. And I put like these chicks. And
poultry farming.
Yes. So later on, he has a farm.
Yeah.
That they have to go and plant plantain, plant yams. So he's going to send me to go and run errands on that side. I will go there. I'll run the errands. So paying workers. So he's thinking now that when paying the workers, wherever the money is short, let me do it out of my own pockets. So because I was very intelligent at them, I did not. I did not even prove to him that I have a dime. When the money gets finished, I call him and say it's finished. And that is how it goes.
So, but that, would you say that came because of the resentment, or was it just a principle of yours, like, no, I can use my personal money for his business?
No. I decided that I will not use it. If I start now to use my money and tomorrow it fails again, where am I going to be?
So even as you came back, you were not feeling secure.
No, I was
not. You were
not
just testing the waters to see how far this can go.
Yes, I was not. I came back to put love in between I and my children. It was not like for the love that I was having for
him.
No.
Now I see it.
No, it was for like to have the compact with my children. That is what I came back.
Yeah. And so when the marriage failed, he still had custody of your kids.
Yeah.
How was the relationship now with your children?
The relationship, we are communicating. They knew that I'm here.
Yes.
They can pass where I am. We talk. When they don't have something, they call me. When I'm able, I do it.
Yes.
That's how the communication has been going.
Do they ever get to miss you and say, Mom, please come back home, or we want to come stay with you?
No, my elder son advised me that even though there are some times that if I don't have something, I will call him and say, I don't have this. And he will say, call your husband. And he will say, call your husband.
Because, every child from a broken home has that moment where they silently always want their parents to reconcile.
Yeah. There are sometimes I'll say, boy, my father is sick. I don't know how. I say, have you informed my father? I said, no. He said, but later on he's going to do something. Dad, please take this money and buy medicine for my grandfather.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that's just
so you moved on with your life. You mentioned in the beginning who you were, but I'd like to know where you are at again. After all this happened and you moved on with your life, where are you at career-wise, emotionally as well? When I talk emotionally, I'm talking healing from all that happened. It's obvious that you've healed because you're smiling over that story. You're not lamenting over it. But I'd still like you to reiterate it. And also, finding love again. How has that been for you?
It has not been easy. It has not been easy on that. All what I focus on today is I get a living. As I'm working, when I work, I earn my money, and maybe I will have one or two things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like to say, really focus my mind that I have a friend or
Yes.
this. No, I don't want to.
Oh, so if marriage came knocking again, you don't want to get married?
It has happened, but I'm still like
Processing it.
Yeah. But to say I've taken my mind deep in it,
Yes.
no, I haven't done so.
Would you say the experience you had with him has now affected how you see marriage, and that's why you're taking your time?
Yeah, it affects me so much, especially times that I'll sit and my father will like talk beside me that I did not take your mother for borrow. It touches me too much. So anybody coming beside me to talk about marriage that is not like a complete person, that I want you to, let's go to your place and let's do this.
Pay your bride price and this.
Yeah.
It's all stories, just like it happened with him.
Yeah.
Doris, if you're looking back now, if you could advise your 17-year-old self, right, like with all you know now, if you were to give an advice to the 17-year-old girl that you were before you married him, what would you tell that girl?
What I would tell that girl first is what I'm trying to advise the other girls that I'm with now. At that age of 17, I'm trying to let everyone put an effort in his or her education and probably be hardworking. And always be where there are seminars, because when you go out, you learn so many things. Because I at that age, it was because I was too that naive. If I was like going out, experiencing life, like how children go out and learn, so I would not advise even a parent to keep cold to the child that, no, I don't want a midi picking the commode. No. I would like that they should allow children go out and experience, because when they experience, there are so many things that they learn.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is going to prevent them from this type of things that we face at first.
Yes. I would also like you to look at the camera and tell a woman or a young lady who is in a marriage, who feels voiceless like you felt, who feels trapped and do not know the way out, who does not understand what it means to love and choose yourself, what will you say to them?
What I would tell them is to be strong. That's the first thing. You have to be strong and don't allow anything put you down. You have to be strong, determined, and don't be afraid of anything. Because myself, what I made up of myself was that I was so that pushful in such a way that I stood up in a way that I was not afraid again of any person. Anybody coming in front of me, I could stand and talk.
Yes.
That is the first thing. And secondly, I find myself so busy. Yes, I was trying to do anything. Anywhere I go, I can establish myself. Yes, even if it is to do housework or what, I'm good for that. So that is the only advice I can give them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
And thank you for putting together the courage to speak out. It's never easy for a lot of people.
Oh, sure.
And for giving us the privilege to share with you in your story. And to those of you that are watching us, I'd like to let you know that forced marriage, betrayal, and above all, silence kills people quietly. If you were moved by this story, please like it, share it, and also comment, Doris, I hear you, so that she knows she is not alone. And remember, love should not cost you your voice. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Time with Melvis Touch, and I'll see you next episode.